Is this video for sailing and entertainment purposes only? You're dang skippy it is.
Who's your favorite reaction channel? Somebody asked. Karina.
Yeah, Frank. That was a lie.
Isn't this a surprise?
What advice would you give Amber's future girlfriend? Simple. Just don't go there. Bland chili confirmed.
Tea.
Nurse, clear my schedule.
With Karina Kaboom.
What's wrong with Karina Kaboom? She's a nice lady.
My husband!
You doing out here?
Everybody, in today's video for the low introductory price sale of absolutely nothing, you heard it here last. So in today's video, we are talking about, did Amberlynn Reid get a strike? I've been thinking there's something rotten in the state of Kermit's, and it's not my Kermit, okay? So basically, I want to discuss why she hasn't posted in almost 7 days, why there's no post in the community page. Hey, did you know that if somebody gets in trouble on YouTube, they are banned from posting on their community page for 7 days? Maybe you didn't know that. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe she's trying to get a ride to Walmart and Target. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Also, Amberlynn has posted arguably, whoever wants to argue, leave it in the dislikes and comments, dislikes, Kermits, everything down below. She's posted arguably one of the creepiest and weirdest TikTok about Wifey. You have to see this TikTok, okay? She's out there posting a million TikToks, not a word in the community page. Sounds like a strike to me. Or not. We'll talk about it. Okay. Also, Foodie Beauty, the final nightmare, the final frontier. Second part of her Raging Against Reaction channels is the second part of this video. Or my name isn't Kermit, Kaboom, Wilbur, Bob. None of those are my names. Okay, if you could not tell already by this ridiculous intro. Okay, this is editing me. In the process of making this video, I needed to put this in the intro. In the process of making this video, I started reading Amber's captions on her TikTok. I advise you to do the same. She's actually making some accusations against ex-wifey that I'm sure are coming just in time to draw attention away from Beck exposing Amber, you know, to get the audience attention on something else. But the time is here, everybody. She's starting to make accusations against ex-wifey. So this is something I discovered literally by accident. I usually ignore what she writes on TikTok, but you shouldn't, okay? We're going to talk about it. As always, all of my videos are for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be taken seriously. I'm only sharing my own opinions, not facts, on publicly accessible information made public by public figures. I would urge you to please do not go to these people's channels and leave the mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, disparaging comments. I wanted to put this first. This is really important. I saw this by accident, okay? She did a series of TikToks. We're going to talk about them. This one is the most important one. This is the one I want to draw your attention to the most. So there's a song playing in the background and she writes, finally becoming unattached from my favorite person. Then she gives like a very nasty, bad look to the camera as the background vocal of the song says, I've watched you change. Okay. Listen to this, or just prepare yourself. This is the caption underneath the TikTok. It's such a bittersweet feeling, but healing and progress is possible. Having BPD doesn't mean I should let my favorite person continuously hurt me. All right? Listen. I'm going to say it again. Having BPD doesn't mean I should let my favorite person continuously hurt me. Some days are harder than others, but I'm finally becoming free from something I've never even shared out loud.
Isn't this a surprise?
Okay, look, I'm sorry, but this could only mean one thing. Well, technically it could mean two things. If you have any ideas, please leave it in the comments down below what you think this is about. We're at the trashing wifey arc. Okay. All right, let's go back to the beginning. If you don't know, she dated Wifey for 2 years. She doxed her information, gave out private information about her, then lied to her audience for 2 years, saying that it was another girl, but it was still the same girl. Okay. Wifey breaks up with her. She obsesses and texts her repeatedly, I love you, I miss you. Amber does when she gets to Oklahoma. Wifey dumped her, 4th of July, okay. Then they continued to do stuff. Amber found another girl. Then that girl dumped her. Rinse, lather, delusion, repeat. Okay.
You make me so tired and you drain me.
Okay. Brings us current. Amber has been having breakdowns over Wifey, all right? And she's been saying that Wifey told her she doesn't want to be her friend anymore, like pretty much stop talking to me. Amber went no contact, if you don't know what's going on in the background. And then Amber has admitted that she started texting and, trying to contact Wifey. Wifey has not responded so far, okay? And I said I think Amber is stalking, she's harassing, Wifey, please stop. I still believe that. All right. So this is incredibly important. This is a turning point. When I used to make videos about Wifey and Amber, when they were together, sometimes a few people came here. I've seen this before in my comment section. And people would say the most interesting things. They would say, oh, I think, this is what my commenters used to say, I think Amber's gonna accuse Wifey of doing something to her, and that's coming. And I was like, that's interesting. Okay, I didn't say anything about it. I read it, but I was like, okay, I don't know. The time is here. It's coming.
My husband!
So Amberlynn has just posted on TikTok. Notice how she's not doing it on YouTube, on Instagram. She's just posted it. And if you don't read the captions, like I wasn't going to, but then I'm like, okay, well, it's my job. I have to read whatever she's saying. And I read it. If you don't read the captions, you'll miss it. She's posting it on TikTok, not on YouTube. That basically Wifey supposedly, according to Amberlynn, she's just made these outrageous accusations, has been doing something to Amber all this time. And Amber has never said out loud how Wifey has been hurting her all the time. Hurting you how? It could mean one or two things. Either she's hurting her emotionally. Who knows what happened in their relationship? Maybe something negative happened to Amberlynn. Totally possible. Amber could be telling the truth. Just want to make that clear. Amber could not be telling the truth. No one knows. How has Wifey been hurting you? She hasn't even been in your life for months. I have another question. If Wifey is doing these terrible things to you and has done bad things to you, Amberlynn, why have you continued to contact her? Okay. So Amber's making these outrageous accusations, stating that she hasn't said something out loud that Wifey has done to her for a long time. What could that be, Amberlynn? Okay, I think she's trying to do this. I am not saying that bad things did not happen to Amber. I want to make that clear so we're all clear. I am not saying that bad things did not happen to Amber, because my first instinct is always to be like, yes, I understand, I believe you. Okay, the problem here is the unreliable narrator, and the problem here is that this is coming at a suspicious time. Beck has already revealed, her other ex, Beck, has revealed that Amberlynn lied about FBI Frank, where Amberlynn said the FBI contacted her, came to Beck's sister's house. Yeah, right. Okay. And Beck is slowly exposing Amber on their own time. And Casey just did an interview. Amberlynn has accused Casey, her ex Casey, of being, a liar, pretty much. Highly implied that Beck is lying. And now she needs to divert your attention to something else. So, Amberlynn, we are very interested to hear what Wifey has supposedly, allegedly done to you for years. She's been hurting you, supposedly. How so? Why are you writing it on TikTok? What have you not said out loud? It's coming. And I told you that one day she's going to start trashing Wifey. So if you look at this, if you read this, some days are harder than others, but I'm finally becoming free from something I've never even shared out loud. I shouldn't let my favorite person continuously hurt me. How have you let her continuously hurt you when you haven't seen her in months? When you broke up in July, how has she continuously hurt you? Let us know, Amberlynn. Okay, do you think that this is legit, that this really happened? It could have, for sure. Or do you think, this is what I think. I think certain things might have happened, might have not happened, But I think that she's only sharing it now. Here's the point. She's only sharing it now to take attention away from Beck exposing her. By the way, this actually gets better. So she started getting a lot of backlash, and she is about to start getting a lot of backlash for this. By the way, it's not lost on me. She's starting a controversy, like I keep saying, to take your attention away from Beck. Don't take your attention away from Beck, because Amberlynn knows exactly what she's doing. So keep your attention on Beck and this, starting a drama for views to divert attention. Look at this. Somebody says Feline on Amber's TikTok, and Amber answers, exes and says has nothing to do with any of my exes.
So that is BS right there.
That is a blatant lie. Amber, usually when people are lying, it's good when people don't have proof that you're lying. Okay, she posts a thing that says that an ex-wifey has been hurting her for a long time, and like she hasn't said it out loud. Her favorite person has been hurting her. She says it's not about any of her exes, but she's blatantly lying. She wants to do this. She wants to hurt ex-wifey and trash her and then say it's not about her. It's such a rudimentary manipulation tactic that it can't even work, not on anybody. By the way, here's how I can prove to you that she is lying and it's definitely about ex-wifey. In a lot of Amber's recent videos, she has said that her favorite person in the whole wide world is Wifey. Here is the full proof that she is lying in her TikTok comments saying that her TikTok is not about Wifey. Okay, in the video called Watch Me Eat Cheese Balls, Crying About My Ex, at 11 minutes and 12 seconds, you can go to that video and see that I'm telling the truth, but here's the screenshot. Amber says, quote, "And my ex was my absolute favorite person." She has said this numerous amounts of times. So she said that her ex was her absolute favorite person. Now she's repeating the statement that she's, whatever, not disattaching from her absolute favorite person. Amber, you're lying in your TikTok. You know that this TikTok is clearly about Wifey. Here's proof that she lied. She already said that Wifey was her favorite person. She's saying it now again, but she wants to be able to trash Wifey without the backlash. Not happening. Is ex-wifey. She's already said that her favorite person is ex-wifey. Now she says that her favorite person has been hurting her for a long time and she hasn't said it out loud. And when people confront her on it, she's actually now saying that it's not any of your exes. Nice try, Amber. You've already admitted that your favorite person is Alex Wifey Feline, and now you're saying that she did all these things to you, and now that you're getting the backlash, it's the same energy of, oh, well, Casey is allowed to say his story, but I'm not going to go and say he's lying here, he's lying there. She wants to make the statement that Feline has been, hurting her and that she wants to trash Feline, but then take it back. Nope, no take backs. You already said what you said. What a blatant lie. To lie so blatantly after you've been saying over and over and over again in your videos that your favorite person is Feline, Alex Wifey, and now to say your favorite person in the world has hurt you and you haven't been saying it for years, implying that there's been something going on in your relationship for years that you haven't voiced, and now to say it's not about her. You've already identified her as your favorite person. Nice try. So it's just a matter of time before she started trashing Wifey. The trashing has begun. She needs to take your attention away from people exposing her. What do you think? Leave it in the comments down below. Know how I always say that she purposely holds on to information that could be controversial, that is certain types of controversial info, and she uses it when she needs it, right? Like she won't tell you something that's going on in her life health-wise. She won't tell you some personal issues, and she'll hold on to it and release it when she needs all the attention to be on different things. This is one of these moments, okay? Amber, you have said before, very recently, if you don't know, she said that she would never say anything bad about Wifey, and Wifey is so amazing. She'd never say anything negative about her. How come you're starting to? She's clearly not saying it on her bigger platform because she's afraid or because she wants to test the waters. Yeah, okay. Well, she's never going to let anybody that dumped her, finally be at peace. She's going to trash them and go after them forever. So it's starting. Expect for her to drop more clues about what happened between her and Wifey, because now she can use this to her advantage so that people don't pay attention to the fact that you've been blatantly lying for years about things that Becca's exposed you for. Okay, so let's talk about her TikToks. She has been absent from YouTube for 6 days, and we're going to get to whether or not if she's in trouble with YouTube in a few minutes. All right, let's talk about the TikTok. So it's doubtful that she is sick, although she could be. I think she just doesn't want to work, and there's a lot of theories as to why she's not posting on YouTube. I think it's okay that she's not posting on YouTube. She's self-employed. I don't care if she doesn't come back at all. The issue here is that it's wrong, in my opinion, to not tell your audience why you've left your schedule. She's the one that created her own schedule, posting every other day. As always, she failed that. As always, she quit because she doesn't like to work, okay? And that we know that that's who you are. Why not tell your audience on your community page that, something has happened or you're needing to take some time off from your hard work, right? We'll get back to that. That's the problem here, okay? All right. She's been very active on Instagram and on TikTok, as I've said, posting every single day, which leads me to believe it could be possibly a strike, which we will get to. Okay. So the first TikTok she posted is a duet with Tammy Slayton, saying such amazing things. Let's just read this out. She's truly such an inspiration to me and millions. She has a beautiful soul. Okay, well, clearly you don't mean that. You trashed the Slayton sisters.
You're too problematic. See, that's funny because wasn't it Amy Slayton who lied about her sister like dying or whatever? I mean, I don't know. I know it wasn't me.
Enjoying your experience.
A few times you just saw a clip of what she actually feels about the Slayton sisters and how mean-spirited she was to them. I don't believe anything you're saying, Amberlynn. Do I think that Tammy is an inspiration? Sure. Yeah. But I don't think that you believe what you're saying. I think Amberlynn is this type of person, in my opinion. The type of person who supports whoever is the cool girl and whoever is getting a lot of support and whoever is popular and has a TV show or had a TV show, she's going to support. She has nothing to gain by trashing people that are popular, right? Okay. So, that's the first TikTok she posted. It's disingenuous, in my opinion. That's Kermit's favorite word, possibly. Well, my Kermit. All right, let's talk about why I believe that she could have possibly gotten a community guideline strike. I want to make this very clear. I'm not saying that she definitely got one. No one will ever know anyways because she's been asked about this topic before when she clearly got the strikes and she will never admit it. The reason that she will never admit if she did get a strike is this. So if she tells you that she got one, she tells her audience that mainly dislikes her and her content that she is vulnerable, that YouTube is paying attention when they pretty much report her. So obviously she don't even bother asking her if she got a strike or not. She will never admit to this. This has happened before. But it's not like there's no precedent. So years ago, she used to title her videos just like she titles now, not what the video is about, clickbait. You're not allowed to title a video with something that you do not discuss in the video. I know nobody takes clickbait seriously, but the actuality of what clickbait is on the books, like the rule of clickbait is you can't title your video like Amberlynn has a Kermit if you don't talk about the topic of your video. That's all that clickbait is. It has to be, the title of your video has to be about what the video is about, all right? So she used to do this all the time. She years ago titled the video spilling tea. Her audience reported her. She got I think she got a warning because the first, now they've changed the system so much. When you break the rules, basically they first give you a warning. That nowadays it's like a different system because they give you a warning, that they let you change things, and then they give you a strike. Anyways, she's always broken the TOS, terms of service of YouTube. We talked about this before with her videos about certain things that she's consuming, okay? And she's not currently doing it, but when you keep old videos up on your channel and they're against the terms of service of what's going on now, if you're breaking see, here's the thing. This is how YouTube works. If you have an old video on your channel or old videos on your channel that are against the terms of service, what the terms of service are now, even if it wasn't against the terms of service before, if they're currently up, yeah, you can get in trouble, okay? That's her. How and why do I think that she had the strike? And by the way, she's posted before about getting into trouble with YouTube. If I can find the screenshots, I'll put them up here. But basically, why do I think this? So she hasn't posted in almost 7 days. And the number one tell, if you want to see if somebody's in trouble with YouTube or not, can they post on their community page? When you get a strike, you are not allowed to post on your community page. I know she hasn't posted in 2 months. However, she stopped uploading on her schedule. Yes, I know she always quits. And, she could be ill, but I doubt it. It just seems like she's not. She may have gotten into trouble. Maybe she didn't get in trouble. I want to be clear. I'm not saying she 100% got a strike, but I'm just saying the lack of writing in the community page, the lack of posting anything on YouTube, you're not allowed to interact on YouTube once you get a strike for a week. That's the first time. Second time, the punishment is worse. So it's not like there's no precedent. The reason that she doesn't usually get into trouble now, there's not enough people to report her, not enough people care. But this has happened before. There's evidence on her channel that this has happened before. So do you guys think she got a strike, or maybe she's born with it? Maybe she's waiting for the new wifey to come into her life and drive her to Target. All right, let's move on to the two things I didn't get to yesterday from Foodie Beauty's live stream.
Can you take her down for sniping you? I don't know. Like, that's the thing. YouTube doesn't care. So there's, like, not really much I can do that I know of, but, like, I don't know. Because as a Muslim, it's looked down upon to reveal all your sins to the general public. Shook after dark. Ugh, I can't stand him. He's a whiny little, petty little.
All right, let's handle it. First come, first serve, no, first last, whatever. Long time caller, first time listener, even a broken clock gets bought by a Kermit one time. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, as far as your nonsense about Alex is shook, you don't like Alex because Alex gets very good views, in my opinion, talking about you weekly, daily, Kermitly, whatever. The bottom line is, let me put it to you like this. If I made videos about Foodie Beauty every single day, and if I got 30, 40,000 views every single day, she would be mad at me as well. At the end of the day, I've already said this. Remember that song that Foodie Beauty did? At the end of the day. Okay. I can't find the clip. If you know where the clip is, let me know. I'll put it in my video. Okay. So basically, I totally understand. I've said this before. My brand is to repeat. Okay. I've said this before. I understand that the people that we talk about don't like us. It is part of the business. And this is the same with any entertainment business where people talking about public figures or celebrities. That being said, she doesn't talk about every single person that makes videos about her. Why? Because she, in my opinion, is jelly of views, upset about the views that Alex gets, rinse, lather, delulu, repeat. About French Fry Girl. She's basically, that first clip about, oh, can't you report her? It's about French Fry Girl. Okay, look. Foodie Beauty swears up and down, over and over and over again, that she has reported French Fry Girl many, many times. This is a blatant lie. And I'm going to tell you why. Foodie Beauty has actually tried and failed, but temporarily succeeded and then ultimately failed in taking down certain channels. Like, she got a bunch of channels demonetized, then they were remonetized. She's done this before. I am not saying by any means, I want to be clear, that she should do this to French Fry Girl. Of course not. What I'm saying is she's lying when she says that she's reported her to YouTube and YouTube has done nothing. This is my opinion of what the truth is. Somebody said in the comment section yesterday that they love it when I say this, so this one is for you. This is my opinion, but I'm 100 on this, okay? So, in my opinion, what I think and how I feel, even though I'm 100 on this, I believe that if French Fry Girl got reported by Foodie Beauty would lose out on money, and here's why. French Fry Girl makes Foodie Beauty relevant. It's a mutually beneficial, in my humble Kermit opinion. How dare anyone accuse me of being a frog? I'm not a frog. You can't prove it anyways. I'm going to start using that thing that Foodie Beauty says, oh, well, you can't prove it. I'm not really a frog. And there's no proof on the internet. No, seriously. All jokes not aside, the point is it's a mutually beneficial social relationship. French Fry Girl trashes her. She makes money. Foodie Beauty trashes French Fry Girl. She makes money. I mean, I think French Fry Girl makes more money than Foodie Beauty, but, whatever. The point of the story is she never reports French Fry Girl because she needs her. Because French Fry Girl has single-handedly, in my opinion, made Foodie Beauty the most popular girl in the world of girl world, okay? And if French Fry Girl got reported and something really happened to her channel, Foodie Beauty wouldn't be as relevant. I suspect Foodie Beauty knows this. What I'm trying to get at, to make a long story even longer, Foodie Beauty has shown you that she has reported other channels before and they got penalized. So I don't believe that somehow she has not reported her biggest nemesis, French Fry Girl. No way. She hasn't reported her because she needs her. And of course, she looks bad when she claims that she didn't report her. So she keeps lying and lying and lying and saying, oh, yeah, I reported her. No, you didn't. This thing about her religion that she's not allowed to say all her sins. That's fabulous. Okay, fine. Totally respect that. Chantal, you have recently told us that you don't believe in God anymore. And on top of that, you constantly tell us all the things that you do wrong. So what are you talking about? Rinse, lather, Kermit, delusion, repeat. Anyways, what do you all think about this amazing, illustrious video that I put together for you? Thoughts, comments, dislikes, leave them in the dislikes and comments down below. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you very, very soon on the next one. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.
What's your name? Fred? Do you know Amberlynn Reid? Do not try to come up to me and attack. Hey, look, all of Amberlynn's fans. Hey, don't attack. Do not attack. You threw nuts at me? Excuse me, sir. You watch YouTube? You monetized? Under the new guidelines? Excuse me. Excuse me, do not try to attack just because I'm asking you about Amberlynn Reid. Sir. Ah, you've been watching Foodie Beauty. Look at this guy. Excuse me, I'm going to expose you on YouTube so bad. Look at him. He's been exposed. He's been exposed for requesting mukbangs. It's okay. Excuse me, have you been asking Amberlynn out on dates and then catfishing her and then ghosting her? This is the squirrel that ghosted Amberlynn. See? Come right up to me. Come right up to me and admit it. Step right up and admit you ghosted Amberlynn. You ghosted Amberlynn. Look at this. Ghosting Amberlynn right in front of our eyes. Oh, maybe it was you that ghosted Amber.